hear me in the back of the room? Yeah? Do I need to have a microphone? Do you like this? Or do we like this? Which one? Microphone. Okay. So here's the rule if I use a microphone. You need to tell me if I don't have my mouth where it needs to be, because I've never used this before. So that's the rule. Okay. Are we all good with the rule? All raise your hand. Pass out the cards. Oh, yeah. So, and let you.
Hi, thanks so much for joining us here at Solstice Senior Living in Palatine. I'm Andrew Calhoun, Director of Sales and Marketing. And if you have any questions about this great community, many of our residents are here in the room right now. But if you have any questions about how I may be able to help you or your loved ones, please let me know. We're very excited for this event tonight. We have Jodi Suson from Suson Essentials. We have Julia T from J2 Massage. They're going to be talking and also demonstrating, as some of you have already experienced, some of the wellness techniques to help you feel better and live a better life. I'm going to turn the phone or turn the microphone over.
It's a kind of phone. It's a kind of phone. So thank you, Andrew. So thank you. Welcome, everybody. As Andrew said, I'm Jodi Suson with Suson Essentials. This is Julia Teranutskia from J2 Massage. She's located in Palatine. And want to thank Solstice Senior. Okay, so we'll tongue twist that. You know that, right? So Solstice Senior Living in Palatine. And want to especially thank Andrew Calhoun for organizing this entire event. So thank you very much for that. Yeah, thank you. So, and I do have my notes, so please forgive me for that, but I'm good, but I'm just not that good, okay? So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you my personal health journey, and I'm going to share how I found my voice, okay? And at the end of today's exchange, I'm going to provide you with some tips that you can take and do today, and actually we're going to practice today so that you can practice self-care at home. And the goal is to choose health management versus disease management, and we'll get to definitions and things like that. So Julia is going to pass out some cards and pens. And since there's going to be a lot of information, you're going to have the opportunity to write down your questions, and at the end of the presentation, we're going to answer all your questions. How's that sound?
Oh. Yep.
Okay, so that way you're all taken care of. So, and it's always really good to have this on. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the agenda today is transforming your thinking. We're going to talk about my personal health journey. We're going to talk about the 3 T's, which are trauma, toxins, and thoughts, and self-care options with Julia, and then we're going to go back to the 3 T's and provide solutions. So, first, transforming your thinking. Can I get a volunteer? Raise a hand. It's not hard. Okay, so go ahead, James, Dr. James. Dr. James is in the house. So, James, Dr. James, tell me, what do you know that you know? For sure, no question.
I know that I am the son of Wallace and Linda. I know that I have 4 beautiful children at home. I know that 2 plus 2 is 4.
So no question whatsoever. No question. Okay, thank you for that. And because you participated, you get a free gift. It's wild orange essential oils. So come on up and get your free gift. People who play, get good stuff. All right. Okay, can I get another volunteer? Okay, Barb. Barb, what is it that you know for sure that you don't know?
That I know that I don't know?
Yeah, like what do you know that you don't know? Like something,
I know I can't perform surgery. I know that. What What do you
That's
know?
a good, yeah, that's a good one, right? Are you a pilot?
No, definitely.
Not a pilot.
No.
Okay, so we know that you we know that you don't know how to be a pilot. Okay, so that's awesome sauce. So, let's see, oh, we got deep blue here, which is, it helps with relieving pain. Thank you for playing. Pain management. The healthy way. By the way, there's no chemicals, it's all natural. So, what does that leave us? It leaves us this whole section of the pie of what we don't know that you don't know. And that is the opportunity to have a shift in your thinking. It's an opportunity to live differently, to think outside the box. And so today, you're going to be learning information that's going to be new to you. And so I'm going to ask you to take it on like, like there's just something you may not know. And it's an opportunity to grow. Are we good with that?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So let's give Barb and James, Dr. James, a hand for playing. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to share my story. This is through childhood all the way up to graduate school, which was through 2016. I graduated from grad school in 2016. So even though I was a gymnast and a bodybuilder, and I used to bench press 185 pounds. Anybody here weigh 185 pounds? Okay, so there you go. I used to bench press Julia. She was resistant. She didn't let me, but so even though I was bench pressing 185 pounds, I lacked mental clarity. I lacked focus. I had pain in my ankles and I had pain in my feet, and I made excuses all the time. And this is like in high school and grade school about why I had the pain. And back in '96, I was living in Iowa and I was at work and I fell down on the ice. It was a snowy day, and I damaged my levator scapula, but we didn't know that at the time. And so my employer told me to go see a physical therapist. Nobody ever did an MRI. This is me.
I can't hear very well back there.
Okay.
I'm going to put it up on this. Keep going.
Okay, we're all good. So we didn't do an MRI, and the physical therapist said, Jodi, the pain is all in your head, and you need to go see a psychiatrist. And so I did. I had low self-esteem, right? I was not even 30 years old yet, and I did what I was told. And that was, at that time, I was misdiagnosed, and I was told I had bipolar disorder. Actually, and then over years, they said I also had schizophrenia. Yeah. So no one ever asked me, people, no one ever asked me about my sugar intake. Never. Never ever asked about the food that I was eating. And they also didn't know to ask back then either. So I want to cut it with some grace. Okay? So, if I could get a show of hands, who here gets sluggish or tired or wants to go to sleep after eating? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I want to tell you something. This is so very common. And it's not normal. Not normal. So here's the thing. When I eat now, and by the way, I used to fall asleep. I used to pass out cold. I'd have to pull over on the side of the road and turn off the car and then wake up 3 hours later when I was done, like sleeping off whatever it was that I ate. So it's just not normal, and it's the food that you eat. Okay, and so we're going to talk about that and how we can make a difference in our own lives by making small changes in our everyday lifestyle. So here I am, I'm very robust. So what happened was I was put on 17 different medications. I don't know anybody who on the planet that needs 17 different medications. So, and that was over the course of 19 years. But I was on 17 all at the same time. They just kept on building and building and building. And I want you to, I don't know if you guys can see this, so I'm actually going to read these diseases.
Good.
So these are symptoms of, and I'm making a distinction. I didn't actually have all these diseases. I had symptoms of these diseases. So they are small fiber neuropathy, carpal tunnel syndrome, trigger fingers, I was pre-diabetic, that was real. I had panic attacks, literally like multiple times a day. PTSD, high cholesterol, asthma, anxiety, 2 torn rotator cuffs, which I, by the way, I still have, but they don't, I can still lift anything. I can lift like 50, 60 pounds, and I have 2 torn rotator cuffs. We'll talk about that. I had incontinence, I can't even say that word. Basically, I peed myself in bed, okay? So, arthritis, I had hives, chronic fatigue, and fibromyalgia. Can anybody here relate to one of these diseases? Just even one, okay? We all have one of these diseases. So I reversed all of those diseases using food as medicine. So a few months, so I just want to say, so I was put on these medications. In the end of 2014, I was actually properly diagnosed by a neurologist who actually did the MRI that I should have had 19 years ago. And what happened was when I fell, I actually had a torn rotator cuff, so the pain wasn't technically all in my head. A few months later, I saw a Dr. Michelle Kukla, and she put me on the trajectory for health. And then I was in school at Lake Forest Graduate School of Management, and my teacher, who was teaching business analytics, said this. He says, if someone gives you the mean, but they don't give you the median or the mode, you need to ask why. Now, I'm sitting there, and this is going to be hard to demonstrate with the microphone. Give me a minute. Okay. So I had both braces on each hand, okay? Because I just seen my orthopedic doctor who had given me injections at every single digit, including my wrist. And I could barely use my hands. And I thought to myself, when Steve Rudnick said this, I thought, wow, I really need to start asking the hard questions. And that was a defining moment, and I made a change. So that put me between hearing what he said, working with Dr. Michelle Kukla, put me on the trajectory for health. And I authored my story about how I reversed all these conditions in the book, Overcoming Mediocrity. My picture's on the back, you can barely see it, but that's okay. And the name of the story is Informed Choices. Okay? And my wish is that people would have the opportunity to make informed choices about their well-being. Because today, like myself, most people are not. So, now, what we're going to talk about, the 3 T's. There are 3 basic things that impact our well-being, and they are our thoughts, or the things that stress us out, are the traumas. So, let me back up. So the thoughts are like finances, our relationships, work, family, all those things that we can't necessarily control. We get stressed out about it, and those things actually cause problems in our body. Traumas are falling down, sitting funny, sleeping funny, car accidents. That's the obvious, right? And then toxins, and we're going to talk about that. The toxins that we're exposed to in our environment. It could be the food. It can be the air that you breathe. It's the water that you drink. It's the cleaning supplies that you're using, the makeup that you're wearing, all of those things. And today, Julia and I are going to talk about, and Julia's going to demonstrate shortly about how we can prevent these traumas. So preventing traumas, number 1, getting your best sleep. So there are many ways that you can support your body. If you want the best thing, and we don't all do it, but you want to try 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night, and between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 p.m. Does anybody know why? Julia.
Because you have proper hormones that are released into your bloodstream during, sorry.
Yeah.
The reason for that is because you have proper hormones that are released into your body for maximum better sleep. And
We
so,
can't hear you back here. Go ahead.
sorry about that. I was just saying that the hormones that are released for better sleep are produced during those hours. So after 2 p.m., 2 a.m., I'm sorry, the hormones that are being produced are the awake hormones. So a lot of times we find ourselves, if we go to bed later, we find ourselves waking up around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's because our awake hormones are starting to work already at that moment. So I know that we're in a senior living facility, and so as we get older, those times may actually change and adjust. So, but during our prime life, those hours are from 10 p.m. to 2.
Thank you, Julia.
Sorry.
I just kissed the microphone. So if you're not getting these, you're not getting sleep between these hours, please don't be surprised if you wake up in the morning that you're feeling still a little fatigued and when you wake up. Second thing that you can do to free your body of traumas is to, are we having issues? Okay. Stay active, right? So keep limber. If it's not a health risk for you to do so, consider taking the stairs, instead of taking the elevator. When you go, if you drive and you are driving out to like the shopping mall, park at the far end of the mall and walk back. These are little things that you can do. If you work, okay, have a walk-in meeting, because sitting is the new smoking. So that means that it is as dangerous to sit all day long as it is to smoke a pack of cigarettes. Okay?
That's not good.
Let me see if there's anything else. So yeah, and then what we're gonna do, and then if you're watching TV, so get up every 30 minutes, just get that blood circulating. So we're gonna take a quick, we're gonna have Julia come up. And Julia is going to do a demo for different types of things that you can do to support yourself.
So I know we're all sitting, so some of the stretches that we're going to do today,
You're probably gonna need that.
so I know we're all sitting, so I'm not going to make anybody get up today, okay? But you could do these stretches I'm going to demonstrate while you're sitting or while you're standing. The best time for you to stretch is early in the morning. So your body throughout the day creates toxins called lactic acid. I'm sure everybody's heard about it. When we run, we get a stitch in our side. Well, lactic acid is produced in all of your muscles, not just the ones that you feel when you're working out. So when we stretch in the morning, it's like emptying out a trash bin, and then you have the whole day to refill it up, so it makes your body feel less tired if you stretch in the morning. So in the morning, you would get up, you do your daily bathroom routine, and then you can stretch, because that way your body's a little bit warmed up so you don't jam up any of the muscles while you stretch, okay? So the first thing we want to do is we want to see, if we're sitting down, we're not going to stretch our toes right away, but we're going to hug our knees. So can we hug our knees? You don't need to, you could do both at the same time. You don't need to do one at a time. So, and then if we're still sitting, we can also try to touch our toes. If we cannot reach our toes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate something that you can try to do, okay?
No, it's a chair. I'll bring up the chair. Oh, you bring up the chair? There you go. Thank you.
So as you're sitting, you can put your hands on your knees. So you're going to put your hands on your knees, and then you're going to slide your arms down. You could reach your ankles, and then you're going to tiptoe all the way to the toes. If you cannot touch your toes, okay, that's okay. Your goal is to try to touch your toes. So you'll get to a certain point, you will stop, you'll back up, and you'll try it again, okay? So, we all have little aches and pains in our back from sitting. You could do these while sitting or standing. So I'm going to demonstrate it while I'm standing, just so that everybody could see it, okay? So I'm going to have my arm. You have to do both arms at the same time. You can't do one arm up, one arm down. So one arm goes down, the other one goes up. And if you lift one arm away from your body, you're not getting as good of a stretch, okay? So you're going to have your arms like this, and then you're going to slide your arm down. You're going to slide your arm down as the other one is going up. And you could do this while you're sitting too. So put your arms parallel to your body, and then slide one arm up and one arm down, and you'll feel a side stretch all the way in your back. How does it feel? Good. Do you feel it? Yeah, the side stretches are awesome, okay? So we're gonna answer questions at the end of the session if you have any. I'm sorry. So, and we're gonna continue working with our feet. So I'm gonna demonstrate. I'm gonna sit down with you guys, and we're gonna lift both legs up, okay? And it works on your hamstrings, right in the back of your legs right there. How does that feel? It feels a little burny sometimes. We're gonna make it a little more burny. We're gonna lift our toes up towards our body. If you cannot do it, there's no pressure as to that you have to, okay? So we're gonna then point our toes. So we're gonna lift them back up, and we're gonna point them back down. So then we're gonna put one leg down, and we can keep the other one and do a rotation going one way, and a rotation going the other way. This helps with circulation in your body and helps you to get rid of the toxins that Jodi was talking about earlier. So we're going to do the other legs. We're going to go right and left. And if you do 5 rotations going one way and 5 rotations going the other way, you're making your body be aware of itself, okay? So now we're going to give ourselves a hug, okay? So we're going to cross our body and try to do one arm over, one arm under, and then switch. Does that feel good? So the longer you hug yourself, the more endorphins you produce. So you produce serotonin and dopamine when you do that, which helps your body heal. So it lowers the cortisol levels, and it helps your body heal faster. So we're going to also do some arm stretches. We're going to grab our wrist, and we're going to pull and relax and pull. Now we're going to do the other side. So we're going to grab our wrist and pull the other way. Okay, and so the next stretch is we're going to have our arm at a 90-degree angle. Okay, so you want your shoulder and your arm to be parallel to each other. And then you're going to rotate your arm down and lift it up. And you should do about 5 of these. 5 up, 5 down. And then the other arm. Does it feel good? Okay. So while you're still sitting at your desk or in your chair, you're going to put your hands together as if you're going to start praying, okay? And then you're going to take your arms apart and bring those shoulder blades together. Together and apart. How does that feel? Does it feel good? We're going to make a variation of that. We're going to do one more, okay? Same thing with your arms above your head, put together, and then we're going to take them out. So it moves a little bit of a different muscle group. How does that feel? Does everybody feel good? Yeah. So we're going to do 2 more stretches, and I promise Jodi she'll have the floor again, okay?
Now we were going to get a workout.
So we're going to tilt our head to one side. Okay? And we're going to place our palm facing up. Okay? That makes a difference of how good of a stretch you get, okay? And you're going to reach your fingers as if you're reaching for a book that's in a far shelf and you can't reach it. And then you're going to start making circles. Start with a small circle and make the circle bigger and bigger. But you don't stop there. Once you got to the biggest circle, you're going to actually reverse the rotation and make the circle smaller.
It burns when you
Yeah, it burns when you do it, but it actually is a stretch, so it helps your muscles relax, okay?
Does that get rid of that lactic acid?
Lactic acid. Okay, so if you ever wake up and you have a kink in your neck, that specific stretch really, really helps. So like if you slept wrong and the pillow was too high, and you do that stretch, it really helps to open up. And if you do it throughout the whole day, it's really beneficial, okay? You're already helping yourself get better already. So we did a side stretch, and now we're gonna do a front stretch. So it's the same thing. You're gonna elongate your fingers to go forward. Try to have your palm up.
Palm up.
Palm up.
Yep.
Yep. And then you do a full rotation going backwards.
Without hitting anybody. So.
And full rotation going forwards. How does everybody feel?
Better.
Better. Doesn't it feel like it opened up a little bit of your top body cavity? We stretched our feet. All this promotes circulation, positive hormone output, and it helps your body start to heal. So I'm gonna have Jodi have the floor. Yeah, you have a question?
How are we gonna remember all of these? They're really good.
I know, yeah.
Well, you can actually find any of the stretches that you're looking for online. So if you go on YouTube and look up stretches while sitting, you'll be able to find every single one of those.
Do you have any at your office printed out, or?
I unfortunately forgot my drive at home this morning. I
But
apologize.
you can email them to me and with your logo on it. I can.
Okay, I will do that. I apologize. I'm so sorry about
No,
that.
no,
We don't need it now.
We'll, for those that want it, Andrew will get those out to you,
Okay.
after Julia sends them out.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank
Thank you, Julia.
Okay, so. You guys all filled out tickets, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So here we go. We're good. So this is a half-hour massage, right? We have 1 half-hour massage, compliments of J2 Massage by Julia.
Oh, yeah.
And Kelly, want to come up here and pick a ticket for me? I'm volunteering you to find the winner. Oh, I'll let you read. Oh, it's not. No name.
They're just numbers.
Oh, they're just numbers. Okay, no worries. So the number is 826-6474. Who's getting the free massage? Are you really? Rock and roll! So this is Dr. Nate. Innate Life Chiropractic. So, from one wellness provider to another wellness provider. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. Should we do one more?
Oh yeah.
I think so. All right, Darlene, let you pick a ticket. Okay. So, number 8266467. 467. 467 are the last 3 digits. Okay, so I'm going to put this one aside, and I'm going to have Darlene pick another ticket. Is there a name on it? No. Thank you. The last 4 digits, 465.
467 was hers.
Oh, yours was 467? You don't want it?
I'll take it.
I think we can do that. All right. What's your name?
Brad.
Brad, congratulations.
All right, Brad.
All right.
More to come. More
More
prizes.
to come. Lots more prizes. We got lots coming up today. All right. So anyway, again, thank you, Julia, for all the great tips. Now that we got our blood circulating, and I'd like to talk about managing our thoughts. Well, we missed the fun slide actually that said stretching with Julia.
Oh, yeah.
So managing our thoughts is really critical, and it's a great way to support our own well-being, and there's some really easy things that we can do. So it's important. Some of the things that we can do more of is like meditation. Has anybody here ever done meditation? Yeah, it's amazing, right? When I meditate, well, when I don't meditate, it's really obvious. Ask my friends. Yeah. So music can shift the energy, shift your mood really easily. Positive thinking. We have flyers on the back. There is a flyer that you can take. It's free. That helps you with that positive thinking. Gratitude. Giving people grace. Right? Volunteering. When I was disabled and not working, I spent a lot of time volunteering. It helped me get back into the community to give. It takes the focus off of myself and love on one another. But let's back up to gratitude, shall we? There are a couple of books. One is The Secret, and the other is The Magic. Anybody heard of The Secret here in the room? Yeah, I know my troubles here. It's like clear, right? So The Secret is this book over here, and it talks about the law of attraction. Basically, whatever we think of most is what we attract in our lives. I'm showing you the book, but I'm going to be completely transparent with you. I don't read it. I listen to it. Okay, so I listen to this all the time. I run a hot bath, I put on some candles, put in my frankincense essential oils, which is really good for meditation, frankincense, coconut, and lavender. And then I listen to it on Audible, because eventually it's just going to sink into my brain. I don't worry about catching all the information, okay? But it's amazing. It talks about the law of attraction. This one, I do read. So this one tells you about the law of attraction. This is your workbook. This is the magic. I won't even tell you the things that I've manifested with this book. I have a friend of mine who is an acupuncturist, and she has a practice. And I sent her the book 6 weeks ago. Her practice wasn't as flourishing as much as she wanted it to, and she started practicing gratitude, and she went through the steps in this book. She's booked solid. She is booked solid. Law of attraction. Manifest what you want through gratitude. It is the companion. Yeah, it is. So it's my favorite book. Someone asked me the other day if they could borrow it, so I said no, but I'll send you one. Yeah. So where are we? Things that we can spend less time on. Right? TV, video games, computers, texting, complaining, and making judgments. We don't need to judge others. That's not what we're here for. We're here to love on other people, right? So like that. I am going to do another raffle prize. Who wants to be my Vanna White?
Oh, I will.
Oh, okay. You want to pick for me? Okay. All right. So you're going to pick a ticket for me. All right. Thank you. Okay. So I've got. Looks like Kaylin, but the number's 446. Kaylin? 446 or Katen? 446. I'm just doing the last 3 digits just to save myself. No 446? Okay. Darlene, I'm going to let you pick another ticket. Got to be present to win. Number 470. Ah, yay! Moni. So, Moni, I know you're going to love this, and so Moni's a friend of mine. So this has in it lotion and doTERRA Serenity Bath Bar. You're welcome. All right. Okay, so this is going to be a tough conversation. I promise you I'll do it fast, okay? Because it's not going to be easy to hear. Are we good with that?
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to talk about avoiding toxins. So, I want to share with you about the effects on our body of the everyday chemicals that we have. Anybody know about the effects of chlorine on the body? No, okay. What about fluoride? Okay, yeah. So there's a growing, so first of all, chlorine, and I am going to use my notes a little bit more carefully here. So chlorine is used almost universally in the treatment of our drinking water because of its toxic effects on disease-carrying organisms. And there's a growing body of evidence, scientific evidence, that shows that chlorine in drinking water may actually pose a greater long-term danger than we once thought. And we are either ingesting it, like drinking it, or we're absorbing it through our skin when we take a shower. And chlorine's been linked to, and the byproducts, to a variety of diseases, including cancer and heart disease. So since it is up to, so because it's a public health regulation to have the chlorine in the water to get rid of all the stuff that we don't want, it's up to us at the point of use, meaning at your sink, at your shower, to get rid of it, okay? And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. The scary part is that when you shower or bathe in, the water starts to vaporize and it releases poisonous gases into the bathroom. We'll talk about fluoride. So that's the shower thing. The fluoride is a neurotoxin, and as many of you know, it was added to our water supply in the 1950s because of the suspected health benefits for our teeth. And when it's naturally occurring, the fluorosis in the water, that's fine. But when we start adding the fluoride into our water, and then it's being put into our medications, and then that same fluoride is put into the bottles of Dasani that you buy or any of the drinks that you buy, it's all got fluoride in it. And now it's not being measured. So you have a neurotoxin, it's a drug, and it's not being measured, it's being put into your body. So there's no dosing. Does that make sense? Okay. So fluoride has been linked to a lot of different issues. It will alter the brain development, lower the IQ, have problem with pain, kidneys. I'm going to tell you a short story instead of just giving you a list. So when I was on my health journey, I got rid of I changed out my shower filter, got rid of all the food that wasn't organic, got rid of processed foods, did it all at once. So I didn't really know specifically which one was doing what. So this May, God gave me a message, okay? He gave me a message. So I accidentally put in the wrong filter in my shower. It was time to change it out. And in 10 days, I had symptoms of MS again. I had all over body pain, like small fiber neuropathy. I couldn't process, I couldn't even complete a sentence. It was crazy. I'm like, what is wrong with me? And then I'm talking to someone, the person who sold me the filter, and found out that I bought the wrong filter. Took me 10 days to detox, going to see an acupuncturist, seeing my chiropractor, and then a detox regimen that I use with oils and food. So the point is that we don't even know what's causing the things that are happening to us. And so we just assume because it's been approved by the FDA or approved by the government that it is okay to do. And I'm here to take you back to the first slide. We don't know what we don't know. I need you to think outside the box.
I'm not gonna go through all these symptoms, but basically if you're not feeling well, check your water, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. The other thing is that, again, anybody here wear makeup? Women? Yeah? Okay, men, are you putting on lotion? Are men ever wearing lotion and stuff like that? So here's the thing, if you're not buying it responsibly produced, it's got parabens in it, it's got things that I don't even know how to pronounce, it's got petroleum in it. So the bottom line is, our bodies don't need this. So I didn't share this, but this is really important to share. We don't, our bodies don't know how to process a synthetic. So what happens is, when we eat something that our body doesn't recognize, it stores it in the fat cells because it doesn't know where else to go. And if you are really skinny and you don't have fat, then your body will take the food that you're eating and create a place for it, so it has a place to go. So then you're challenged by figuring out a way to get rid of those toxins safely. And I share on other days on how to do that. And, like, you know, I also direct people to doctors in the area, doctors of chiropractic, acupuncturists, and things like that know how to do it. So the next thing I want to share about is, I think we're on slide, well, we're talking about food. It's important to eat the colors of a rainbow. So does anybody know what I mean by that? Anybody want to, like, you know? Yeah. Okay, so
Color vegetables?
vegetables, right? So eating red peppers, eating your corn, non-GMO, please.
Purple
I
yams.
don't know.
Purple yams, yeah.
Purple
What else
yams.
could we do that's the color of the rainbow?
Potatoes.
Sweet potatoes, yep.
Spinach.
Yeah.
Spinach, spinach is my favorite. Kale,
We
I
had
don't like
spinach-
kale, but it's good
spinach
for you.
today. It was good.
But here's the thing. Somebody thought we should eat this color of the rainbow. It's Fruit Loops, okay? It's Fruit Loops. And I didn't know this, so I've always known that food coloring was not like a really good idea, and I avoid all of that. I eat completely clean and organic. And I knew that it would disrupt the hormones in our body, and I knew that it would cause cancer, and I knew it would cause ADD, and I knew all this stuff. But one of my friends, who's a naturopath in Florida, posted this on Facebook just the other week. And what this does, it tells you exactly what each color does to the body. And that scared me, because I kind of like didn't really want to know. So red 40 is hyperactivity. So if anybody here has children, you know, and they're getting Fruit Loops and you're wondering why that they're hyper, like, there's your reason. It also causes various types of cancer. Yellow, hyperactivity. Green 3 is bladder and testes tumors. Now the nice thing is that here it's Solstice Senior Living in Palatine. Hugo, who is the chef, does cook with Whole Foods, and that is fantastic. And I know that they're also exploring going responsibly produced or organic. So.
May I add something to the food coloring? My friend is a food
Sure.
My friend is a food chemist, and she told me something about the red dye that you just specifically spoke with. When they want to put trace ingredients into your chemically produced food, they can actually call the dye company, and they put it on the label so it never actually enters the label that you read.
Yeah, so we could do an hour on label reading. So here's the thing. You can either learn how to read labels, or you can do what I did, which is avoid, you know, we'll go back. So shop the perimeter of the grocery store. Don't buy processed foods. There are some processed foods which are back there, which have like 2 to 3 ingredients in them. And I want to thank Jewel Food Stores, because they actually donated the Jewel Food Stores in Palatine on Plum Grove, which is walking distance from here, so you guys can go there. So Steve Colello of Jewel in Palatine actually donated a majority of the food back there.
Mike, if you haven't had any of those snacks back there, I encourage you. So if you ever you want to go over and get some snack from Jewel, if you ever want to go over and have some snack from Jewel instead of having chips or pop, try some of those things back there. They may cost 10 cents more, very healthy, very tasty. You should taste for yourself.
So there's the RX bar and the Lara bar. And the RX bar is really funny because actually, if anybody wants to bring up one of the bars back there, I think, Nate, are you back there? Can you bring up a bar for me? Because this is really funny. I like a little humor. Thank you, Nate. Dr. Nate. Dr. Nate is in the house. Thank you. So I love, first of all, I like the advertising. And the reason I like the advertising, it's very real. So it's an RX bar, and it says 3 egg whites, 6 almonds, 4 cashews, 2 dates, no bullshit. Okay, so somebody had humor, I love it. Okay, and it's clean. So here's the thing, and dates, this is very sweet. This is very sweet. And I'm not saying you need to go overboard on it, but it's not sugar, okay? I mean, it's a form of sugar, but it's not refined processed sugar. And refined processed sugar lights up 8 pleasure centers in your brain. Okay. So heroin lights up 1.
So it sounds like it's addictive.
Yeah, sugar is very addictive. So I can't resist. I have to tell a story. So raise a hand. Everybody should be raising their hands here. Who's heard of Dr. Pepper?
I heard of it.
Okay, we've all heard of Dr. Pepper. You guys ready for a story?
Yes.
Okay. So, Dr. Pepper back in, I want to say it's the 60s, so please forgive me if I got the date wrong. That's when it was founded. And the founder of Dr. Pepper decided that, what he did is he created a formula for the exact amount of sugar to put in Dr. Pepper to make you crave more. Yeah. Not so bad, right? No, until he sold it to all the other food manufacturers. Do you ever wonder why you crave food after you just ate? Yeah, because they actually sold the formula to everybody, and everybody puts in that formula so that you are craving food all the time. That's not normal, and it's not right. Now, these guys, RX bars, they're not doing that. We've got now manufacturers that are being responsible about how they create our food choices. Lara bar, this is chocolate chip cookie dough. Yummy. Give me a minute. Okay, so I am blind, I didn't fix that. So this is non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, and dairy-free. And I'm looking for, so this has like 3 ingredients. Hold on. So this has got dates, semi-sweet chocolate chips. Nothing wrong with chocolate, people. Nothing wrong with chocolate. It has more antioxidants than like most foods on the planet. It's got cocoa butter, sea salt, and I think that, and there's some, I can't read it, so I'm blind. But the point is that you can have things that are sweet, and it's not going to like put you to your grave or light up your brain like a pinball machine. Okay. So thank you again to Jewel Food Store. All right. So should we do another raffle?
Yeah.
Micah. Micah is a store here in Palatine, and it's called
Cook, Cork, and Fork.
which I can never get in the right order since I
And
didn't
it's,
do
and
it.
it's just right down, it's like 3 blocks from here.
So what number we got? So 451.
Here, I got it.
You
All
got
right.
it.
I got it.
Okay. So I've got.
You got it.
What we got here? Oh, this is falling out. All right. This is more deep blue, so that helps with any type of pain management.
Oh.
It's got directions on
It's
there.
got directions inside. Just need a little key size.
Oh.
It's like a muscle rub. So here's the
Yeah.
thing. It's a comparison to Bengay. Bengay has petroleum in it. Ours does not.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to talk solutions. Everybody want to talk solutions? All right. So there's easy steps that you can take. I was offering everybody water here today. The water that so I represent a lot of products. I'm not here to sell from the stage on any level. just want you to be able to make an informed choice and, you know, go from there. But there are water filters that you can get that take out the chlorine, the fluoride, and the VOCs. I do not personally recommend doing reverse osmosis because that takes out the minerals, and our body needs minerals. So you can get a countertop pitcher, which there's one back there. You can get a shower head for your shower, or you can get a countertop that adheres to your faucet. Here's the thing: if you're spending, and I'm a math girl, I do math all the time. Okay, so if you're spending, if you're buying 1 case of water a week, you're spending about $215 a year on water. The whole contraption, getting your shower head and the unit at the countertop is less than $200. So, you know, like choose and buy yourself a glass bottle or a metal container and save the planet on top of it. Save yourself and save the planet. So, because all those bottles are going into the landfills. Yes. Who said yes?
I did.
Thank you.
Surprise.
Okay, so now, so that's your water. Now, if you want to reduce the effects of the neurotoxicity from the fluoride, there's turmeric and curcumin. Now, I'm not a doctor. If you do need to see a doctor before, you know, taking on any supplements. So I'm not a doctor. We have doctors in the house. So, but that actually supported me in getting rid of the toxicity in my body. There are lots of ways to safely remove the toxins that are in your fat cells. There are essential oils for that. You can also use oils to get rid of the common cold. If you have the flu, headaches, you can use oils for immune support. One of my very favorite things, not an oil, you can get it probably at Jewel, Mariano's, Target, Whole Foods, is this little guy right here. It's called Sambucus. It's made from the elderberry plant, and it supports your immune system. Not cheap, but if you don't want the flu, get that. I literally keep a stock in my house, and if I feel like I'm getting sick, I just swig it down. So, all right. Yep.
What is what you just said?
Elderberry.
Oh, elderberry.
Yeah, so Sambucus, S-A-M, and I recommend the sugar-free model.
We used to have elderberries on the farm.
Nicely done. Okay. Then easy steps to get healthier, avoiding avoid your processed foods, limit the sugar, we talked about the sugar, go back to basics, eat whole foods. The goal is to reduce inflammation. Chronic inflammation is the root cause to all disease. And I'm going to do a little demo up here, and I'm going to get a volunteer from this side. You want to volunteer? Darlene, come on up. So we're going to make ACV here.
What's ACV?
ACV stands for apple cider vinegar, so I'll let you open that up. And we're going to pour in, I've got a tablespoon here. This is just how easy this is. It has to pull out. And then
How much water?
she's going to, so there's about 32 ounces in there. So if you want to measure 4 teaspoons in there, I think it's 4. We'll check the bottle in a second.
4 teaspoons of what?
This is apple cider vinegar. So, yep. So this has got. Oh yeah. So and it's Bragg's. This is also from Jewel. So give me a minute here. So 1 to 2 teaspoons of Bragg's and 8 ounces of water. So we actually need 4 more teaspoons. Yep. And then lemon essential oil.
So how many total?
Dr. James, there should be a lemon essential oil on that table. If you wouldn't mind, if you see it, could you bring it up?
There was.
Actually, and I'll be happy to send it out. But it's on the bottle. It's on the bottle.
Oh.
So it's basically what they're. Thank you. So what the bottle says is 1 to 2 teaspoons of Bragg organic vinegar and 8 ounces of purified water, and this is purified water. This is lemon essential oil. This will pull out the toxins from your body safely. You just do a couple drops there. Then Manuka honey. That's going to sweeten it up. So for those of you who don't like the taste of ACV, got you. Okay, we're going to sweeten it up with the Manuka honey, and then we're going to put in the lemon to get rid of the taste. So you. Yeah, so Manuka honey is I'll let you stir. So Manuka honey is a natural antibiotic, and it supports your immune system. And I actually have 2 handouts back there, which Andrew can email, or I can email to you if you want to. Those are the only 2 that I have. But there's a list, and I'll show you. These are, well, we'll come back to that. So the benefits of Manuka honey is that it can help treat acne and eczema, staph infection, treats burns, wounds, and ulcers, prevents tooth decay and gingivitis, it improves your sleep, helps with allergies, IBS, sore throats, and can help with stomach acid and acid reflux. So
Where can I get this great honey?
So actually, that's a great question. We have a gift here. This is from Jewel Food Stores. So Jewel actually sells the Manuka honey. They also sell the apple cider vinegar, and they donated it here today for someone to have. So you can do this at home.
Also get it at Costco's.
You can get it at Costco. You can get it at Whole Foods. You can get it at Target. You can get it online at Amazon.
You can go to New Zealand.
You can go to New Zealand. So typically I just do it by the glass.
Oh, okay.
And the best time to do this is before bedtime if you want to help reduce fat cells. It'll help you lose weight. Okay? What I did. Hey, I'm not shy.
I can't always.
Oh, that's okay. So it's not going to be as sweet because we can't mix up the honey like we should. And typically the water is going to be warmer. But the ACV, which is apple cider vinegar, I wanted to get to the Manuka to support Kelly. But then they'll help regulate your blood sugar levels. It improves your skin health, reduces your blood pressure, treats warts, supports your gut health. And that's a whole nother, that's a day's conversation about the brain-gut connection. But it fights fungus, helps you with a cold, aids in detox. You always want to safely detox. You can even use it to clean your house. So, clean your floors with it, Dolly. Okay. So if anybody wants to try this, we have cups, and we can we'll pass it around. And then why don't we pick? Would you like to pick? Okay. Maybe you'll pick your own. Okay, so the ticket number is 447. Yay! Congratulations, this is the Manuka honey and the apple cider vinegar and lemon. Compliments of Jewel Food Stores in Calhoun. Okay, so then the other thing is easy steps to take. Oh, thank you. Are you gonna? So Dr. James is in the house. He's gonna pour for us. Thank you. Or what we should do, shake this up.
Not stirred.
Yeah, it's. Oh.
That's how you lose the weight, right?
Yeah. Thank you. So Dr. James's specialty, even though he's a doctor of chiropractic, is reversing cognitive decline through functional medicine. God forbid. Nobody has any of those. Thank
Show of
you.
hands, where am I going?
Who wants one?
Try it. Okay.
I'll be right.
Thank you, Dr. Biggs.
I'm already right.
You don't want
Okay. So other steps that you can take is to see a local practitioner. We've got massage therapists here in Palatine, Julia, right? We have acupuncturists here in Palatine. You can actually reduce your stress levels on instant case. Chiropractors, so we've got Dr. James, we've got Dr. Nate from Innate Chiropractic, and he's actually here in Palatine. He also has a specialty of shamanic healing. We'll let him teach you about that. It's amazing. You can see an applied kinesiologist, muscle activation. Thank you. You're amazing. Thank you. So there are a lot of ways to support your own well-being. So the bottom line here is, everybody, every fight you take, you're either fighting disease or you're beating it. And so at the end of the day, that's a choice that you get to make. Q&A. Any questions? Should I collect cards? Yeah, go ahead.
So
Bridget.
My question is this, you know, like when your body's constantly under stress, you know, like fight and flight, and you have that.
Fight or flight mode.
Yeah, and you're constantly producing that hormone.
Cortisol.
What does the side effects over long term?
Side effects.
Well, so the side effects of stress, which is what Bridget's asking about.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. I'll just repeat, and I'm not a doctor, but I'll repeat what I learned about on the docuseries from The Truth About Cancer. And the second docuseries, they said, look, you can clean up your diet, and that's great. But if you don't clean up what's going on in your head, you're still going to get cancer.
Yeah.
So you need to look at the mind, body, spirit. Linda.
There's a book out by Candace Perth. It's called Everything You Wanted to Know About Feeling Good, God. And there's,
I'll let you, go ahead.
yeah, and there's actually scientific evidence that states that the mind is a major factor in doing well.
And what was the name of the book again?
Everything You Wanted to Know About Feeling Good by Candace. But the mind is critical. It's all one thing. And you actually can renew your cells.
I put cinnamon in your dad's.
Yes.
And heal yourself.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah.
So absolutely, Linda's correct. So and I've tried, and actually, one day I had pain right before going to bed, and I don't take medicine. So I just said a prayer instead, and literally in 5 minutes it was gone. And it amazes me. Like, it amazes me. I'm still in shock about that. Because it's like, I know I should believe it, and it happens all the time, and God shows me every single time that He is there for me. But it's still always an amazing thing. Kelly.
Yeah, I'm going to share my story because for 10 years I suffered with extreme panic attacks. I would pull over on the highway, I couldn't drive. And then I worked on my mind. I mean, I didn't go to see anybody. I just found stuff on YouTube and followed different philosophies and worked on that for 4 years and just haven't. It's like a different person. I couldn't do the job I do if I couldn't drive. So, yeah. So and I believe the panic attacks. I always thought they were physiological related, but I really realized they were psychologically related. So, yeah, you can really heal yourself.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
So thank you for sharing that. What do we have here? Oops.
Oh, they are with
Actually,
I know.
so. I know.
They are with you.
Right? There you go. And Linda, thank you.
Yeah.
Those are miracle noodles.
Oh,
So
yeah.
miracle noodles are, it's from the Asian konjac plant. It's all vegan. It's a processed food, but it's a responsibly processed food. There's no gluten, no nothing. Basically, it's a plant made to look like rice or a
I
noodle.
know.
There's a recipe inside
Yeah,
there too.
I know. But-
Absolutely.
My daughter was just diagnosed with MS.
Uh-huh.
Do you have anything?
Yes. So, and you can smile. Because you can smile.
Yeah.
Because there are solutions. And here's the thing, I'm not a doctor, you still need to go see a doctor, but I'd recommend seeing someone who does functional medicine, and we have one in the house. Right here. So here's the thing, the first thing that I would do is change the water. Just change the water. Fluoride is a neurotoxin. Chlorine, I mean, it's just bad for your body. And then I would see a functional medicine, because you can reverse just about any disease with food as medicine.
Yeah.
You did.
I did. I reversed like 10, I thought it was 10, but like the list it was just kind of long, so I think we're up to 15. But it doesn't make a difference. The thing is, once you choose that, I'm going to tell you a story. There's a man I know, and his partner had, past tense, MS. And I was partnering with a doctor of chiropractic. It was back in 2016. And the doctor, the friend of mine, and the doctor shared with me a study. I sent that study over to my friend, and he got his friend to basically stop drinking Coke. Because he was drinking Coke and Pepsi, liters of it a day. Guess what? No more MS. He's no longer in a wheelchair. And he walks on his own. People, fuel your body with what it needs. Who here has ever driven a car? What do you put in the car?
Yeah.
Okay, if you put water in the car, would it run?
No, I don't.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Why fuel your body with anything other than what it needs?
Oh, I know.
Just that simple. If you fuel your body with something that it doesn't need, your body's just not gonna work. It's not like you can just turn the, and we spend more time maintaining our cars than we do maintaining our bodies. Right?
Yeah.
It's like, please. Please. And by the way, I was the most guilty of it. And I want to say one other thing. The medications, if you're on medications, I want you to know they change the chemical makeup of your brain. So talk to your doctor, preferably talk to a different doctor. One that understands food as medicine, essential oils, and things like that. And there are handouts back there that will tell you what you can use, like what the over-the-counter medication is, and what the substitute for oil or food is. Okay?
Can you just say what an essential oil, what does that mean?
Does people not know what an essential oil is? No, okay. So an essential oil is, so this is lavender. And so what they've done is they've taken the bloodline of the plant and they pared it down to an oil, and it's potent. And it helps the body heal itself. Just like any chiropractor, naturopath, acupuncturist, muscle activation technique. And by the way, you can do this and do it on its own. A lot of people tell me, oh, well, I just want to do this and see if this works. Well, okay, it works way better when you give it all the things that it needs. So let's not like just test the lavender. Test the lavender with the chiropractor, okay? Test the lavender with the acupuncturist. Test the lavender with the curcumin. Fuel your body. Why is it now that when I get exposed to somebody who's sick, I don't get sick hardly ever? Now, God forbid. You know, like, because I'm going to get it now. But if I do get sick, it's like a day.
Yeah.
My body fights it. Does that help understand what the oils are? So basically, it's a plant. And you had a question. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
son.
Pasta and bread are kind of fattening foods.
What about the bread?
White bread is not.
So white bread is really, you know, here's the thing. I'm grain free.
Grain free.
I am grain free, and the reason I'm grain free is because it converts into sugar really fast. And I found a study. Well, one of my doctors found a study that shows that. Well, the study stated this: there was a mental health hospital, okay, and everybody in there had bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. You know, like the diseases I had, 20 years ago. So they took half of the population and they took them off of grains. They took the other half of the population and they kept the grains. Guess what happened to the population without the grains? They recovered. Their symptoms went away. So I'm going to go back to this slide. Here. I'm going to make the distinction now.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I said I had symptoms of.
Oh yeah.
Look, I never had bipolar disorder. I never had schizophrenia. I never actually had asthma. I had symptoms of all these things because I was fueling my body with what it did not need, and it broke down. Any other questions? Kelly? Yeah.
The essential oils, you could take them topically and orally, both, or are they some you can't, or?
So yeah, so it does vary by oil, and a lot of the oils you can put on topically, and you almost always want to dilute your oils. People here wear perfume, so okay, so you know, decades ago I used to be one of those spritzer girls. Remember that, like Marshall Fields? So what they taught me was put on the lotion first, and then put on the perfume, because it then you know, even the perfume is a volatile organic compound, and so it'll flash off your skin, and it won't get into your system, and the fragrance won't stay on as long. Now, take that concept and let's use oils. Put on the coconut oil first, then put on, or any type of carrier oil. So that could be jojoba oil, which I know I'm not pronouncing that right. Jojoba? Okay, so that. That. Coconut oil, almond oil, any of those things. And then you put the lavender on, or the frankincense, or the lemon, and then it gets into your system in 30 seconds. And it starts healing the body. So you can do it topically. You can use a diffuser, which I'm not a huge fan of, just because that's not my gig. That doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means it's not my gig. Or you can take it in a veggie cap, or you can put it in your water. So when I was having panic attacks, like what Kelly was referencing, I used to take 1 drop, and this is a PubMed study, so peer-reviewed study, 1 drop of lavender oil in a veggie cap, and my panic attack dissipated in 5 minutes. If it was a really bad panic attack, I added frankincense to that. So, anyway, so that's that.
How can we find out, was there some things there they can take to find out more?
Oh, so yeah, so at the back table, these tables over here, we have information on essential oils. We have information on how to get water filtration systems into your home. From whole house to something just at your sink in your shower. You know, we got something for everybody. I've got food sensitivity testing in there. I've got information on getting Miracle Noodles at discounts. You go straight to the website. What am I missing, Andrew? Basically what I do, I took all the things that made me healthy and I started selling it and representing it because I felt comfortable that they was a good thing to do. Oh, sit-stand desks. So people who are working, whatever, there's sit-stand desks. So do that too. Any other questions? No. So I got a few more prizes and then we'll conclude.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Julia, you want to come and pick a ticket? Sure. Okay, so what do we got here? So we've got a wild orange here, wild orange essential oil.
So ticket number 8266468.
So the last 3 numbers are 468.
The lady right over there, I'll deliver it.
Oh, okay, thank you. Micah, can you pick a ticket?
Sorry. You said 468. Yeah, 468.
472 for some deep blue
It's a 9.
pain relief.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's okay.
Who's 462? 472. So I lied. Do I have 472 in the house?
Sorry.
No.
You're 453.
Yeah. What's the number?
472.
Anybody have 472?
Let's take another one.
8266
Just let 'em.
449.
443.
So 443. Deep blue. Dr. Tracy Cantaruti, my leadership mentor. All right, so we've got lotion and Serenity Bath Bar.
461.
Number 461, Hot Diggity Dog. You got your ticket?
No, 'cause she's just right.
I believe you.
No.
All right, you pick another ticket. We've got a deep blue.
No, just
459.
459.
All right.
Deep blue. Yay! And then one more. We've got a wild orange essential oil.
What's wild orange good for?
So actually, there's a list in here, but wild orange can help lift your mood. It also, I mean.
It also is a
Thank you.
sanitizer. So
Yes.
you could actually use it in your cleaning products. So you could put water, dash
Vinegar.
of salt, or a dash of vinegar, salt, and orange, and it will sanitize and clean your house.
So I want to add one thing. So thank you for that. So what I use with my wild orange or my lemon is I mix this with my coconut oil and I clean all my wood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go.
So it's 439.
439. Who's gonna clean their wood?
439.
439.
No, we'll go with another one.
Go for it.
469.
469. Who's cleaning your wood?
Oh, that lady over there.
Yay!
I hope this is right.
Okay, let's take a look. You got it. There you go. Oh, we just gave. We're complete. I'm so sorry. All right. So there's lots of information back here that you can take, and over here. I want to thank everybody for coming. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions or you want to meet with Julia to make an appointment, she can do that with you for massage. You can make an appointment with me if you'd like to. My phone numbers, they're on the business card. You can call me later, or we can set something up, on whatever you want to do. But I'm here to serve.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. All right. Oh. Who wants a large bar?